This would be a great practice to do before you go into a situation where you're feeling anxious. Social anxiety can be very limiting for us. We all need authentic, intimate connection with other people. And if we're anxious or worried or afraid about being around other people, then we'll more likely avoid it. Or at least we won't participate the way we could if we were feeling more relaxed. You could do this inquiry anytime. It's very helpful to see the thoughts and the feelings, to notice what's going on in the body before we're actually in the situation. It's also so helpful to do breathing practices, relaxation practices. The relaxation response in our body activates when we breathe out for at least 6 seconds. So we can do that by singing, by talking in longer sentences. We can also use practices like 2-to-1 extended exhalations. This inquiry is meant to help us look and see what comes up when we're worried about some kind of a social event. It could be a small gathering, it could be a meeting at work, party. Bring to mind something that's coming up for you, and we're going to walk through it in kind of a slow fashion. Take a moment before we start to relax your physical body and to notice your breath. Relax your forehead and eyebrows, your jaw and mouth, back of the neck, the shoulders, the large muscles of the upper back. And tune into the chest and the stomach area. Notice the way your body moves with your breath. And stay connected with your body and your breath as you're doing the inquiry. You can do the inquiry with your eyes closed or open. If you have your eyes open, you could put images and words on the wall across from you. We're going to work with words and pictures and with energy, feeling, sensation in our body. So bring some event to mind, and you could bring it to mind in whatever way it comes. It might be as you're leaving for the event, it might be as you're opening the door and going in, it might be once you're already there. Choose one small part of it and focus in, and let's see what comes up. What are your thoughts about it? Thoughts could be words or images. It could be memories of something that has happened. It could be a mental projection into the future of what might happen. That's often the case with worry or anxiety. Often there are many things come into the mind. If that's the case, you could make a collage, put them all onto a big poster board. Words, images. I might look stupid. An image of yourself all alone in a corner. Everybody else is having fun, you're not. An image of you walking up to the door. You can hear everybody else inside. Whatever it is for you, just put them all up on this poster board. All the words, all the images. Let's give this a few minutes. Stay in touch with your breath and with your relaxation through your body as you're doing it. And notice what's happening with the energy in your body as well. We respond energetically to our thoughts. We have various tools that we work with in the living inquiries. One of them is tapping. Use your index finger and middle finger and tap on that spot on your forehead, just between your eyebrows. You could tap for 12 times or so and then bring your hand down. As you're tapping, transfer your attention from the image and words to the sensation and the sound of the tapping itself. Another is to remain aware that we're looking at something. Thoughts come in as words that we hear or see, and as images, either still pictures or video clips. We're not actually in a situation right now. We're doing an inquiry into a situation. So we have that perspective of the observer. If you're looking at this out of your own eyes, take a step back, see if you can see yourself in the picture as well. And remain connected with your breath and your body. Allow your breath to be relaxed and smooth, continuous, effortless. Notice the response in your body as you're looking at that collection of images and words. Unless something is completely neutral, our body responds. When you're looking at a situation where you're feeling anxious, there will likely be some kind of tightening or contraction somewhere in your body. It's common for that to be in the gut, in the stomach area. Notice what's happening in your body as you're looking at the pictures, as you're looking at the words. And then notice if you can see space around the images, either one image or the collection of images. And for a moment, take your eyes into the space only, not looking at the images. And take your eyes clockwise in the space around the images 2 or 3 times, and then counterclockwise. And then let the images and words be there or not. Whatever's happening with them is fine. Transfer your attention now to the sensation or energy in your body. Notice the location, where it is that you feel it. And notice the edges of the sensation as well. Where do you not feel it anymore? If it's a sensation in the stomach area, does it come right to the edges of your body? Or is it a small knot in the center? Does it have a shape or a color? You could always look at the image. See if you can bring your attention right into the center of that sensation or energy. What does it feel like? Is it hot or cold? Is it painful? Is it still? Is it menacing? Is it pulsing? Notice the sensation and notice that there is space all around the sensation. The sensation does not go on forever. And see if you can put your attention right into the center of it. And if you can't, notice the sensation and the space around it. Put your attention there. Notice if it feels like that sensation is here to cause you some kind of harm. And if yes, look at how it is you know that. There'll be some thoughts around that. Just because a sensation is intense or painful doesn't automatically mean it's here to hurt you or it has a bad intention. So check to see. And see if you can be open and inviting to the sensation. Why is it here? What does it need you to know? Is there something it needs from you? Some reassurance, maybe? If words or pictures come back up, you could have a look at them. And then always coming back to the sensation or the energy. This energy has arisen in response to us having a look at a social environment where we're not feeling all that comfortable. We might be worried about something. What does it need you to know? Often, energy in our body stores memories of times when something was harmful, a time when we felt awkward or insecure in a social setting. And it makes sense that we would feel anxious about going into other social situations when we've been hurt in the past. And that can be very limiting. We don't want to stay away from potentially wonderful situations or even tolerable but useful situations because of things that happened in the past. Stay in touch with your body and your breath. You could always turn off the recording and spend more time. Really look at, what do the words and images mean? Is there something that they're trying to say? Is there some danger here? And use the tools. We have the witness, the ability to step back and notice that we're not in a situation at the moment. We're looking at words and images and feeling the energy that comes up. We can tap. We can trace the space on the outside. We can mine, look for what does that mean, the energy itself. We can work with our breath, relax our body. So when you're ready, let the whole inquiry move to the side. Notice again your body and your breath. And then bring to mind what it would look like and feel like if you were completely relaxed and comfortable in that situation. You see yourself walking through the door, your body language is relaxed. You're engaging in conversation with other people. People smile as they see you coming. You're standing, working with your breath, relaxing, breathing out 6 seconds or longer. Notice what that feels like in your body to be paying attention to this scenario. Notice all your senses, your sound, your touch, the visual component, what you're hearing. Notice the feeling of that relaxation in your body, of your deep, relaxed, continuous breath. Notice how you can tell just by looking that you're relaxed. You feel confident. You're able to handle this situation. Deep, smooth, effortless breaths. And then let that move to the background as well. Tune into your whole body again from head to toes. If there's any tightness or contraction, allow that to soften with your out breath. Mentally review what's just happened during the inquiry. What did you learn about yourself? What did you notice? And set your intention to do some practices that help you to relax, to notice when worry or anxiety comes up, that it's a natural function of the mind, but it's not something that we need to give a lot of time to. We could do an inquiry like this and notice what are the words and images coming up. But during our day-to-day life, when we notice that we're getting anxious or worried about something, we don't actually have to follow that train of thought. We could instead take a few deep breaths and let it move to the background. We store all of our experiences and we learn from our experience, which is good. And there is an overemphasis on the negative and on things that may have happened decades ago that really aren't all that applicable to your situation now. One of the benefits of inquiry is to have a look at what's stored in our system and release what's not useful, what's not helpful, and what's not necessary. And as we do that, we can move into our social situations with more grace and relaxation.